That's a pair of slammers, boys.
Nice fish.
Well, welcome to Reeling in Keys. I'm Captain Matt Bellinger, and we're with Jack Davis today down here in Sugarloaf Key. Jack is a waterman, first-generation waterman here in the Florida Keys. Does a little bit of everything, a little bit of crabbing, lobstering, chartering, baiting. We're going to go out with him and see what it's all about. What do we got in store for us today?
We're going to have the backcountry off content and pull some inshore traps. Usually like to pull 200-300 a day, but we're going to take it slow today, pull a few, see how it goes.
200-300, let's not overachieve.
No.
Okay, very good.
We'll take it easy and you get it.
So we're going to go out on the water, we're going to take a look and see what it's all about, this crabbing stuff. You know who I am, you know who he is, you know who you are. So join us. We're going to go out there and see what happens. Approximately how many traps do you run?
I got a little over 1,700.
1,700?
Yep, they're all in.
And this is what you do. I mean, you don't have a crewman that comes out there with you.
Solo, by myself.
So,
okay.
Numbers-wise, other operators run bigger, run smaller?
For the size of the boat, it's a lot of traps, you know. Some of these boats have 9,000-10,000 traps, but they, you know, crew of 4 or 5 on it.
Okay.
For a solo boat, yeah, it's a lot for a small boat.
These traps we're going out to, what kind of soak time do they usually have on them?
Try to get to them once a week.
Once a week?
Depends on the fishing, if it's better, if it's good. You know, if it's not so good, you let them sit for 2 weeks, but try to get into them every 7-8 days.
On the Gulf now, what do we got going on here?
Well, this is for I do the bycatch thing too, so I gotta have something set up for my little peppermint shrimp and all the little decorator crabs and stuff. Strain them in there and put those in the live well. And this will hopefully be full of crabs here shortly.
Yeah, now talk about your bycatch. You end up getting what, cone shells and all sorts of stuff coming there?
Peppermint shrimp are the big thing, the little red shrimp.
Yes, yeah, the cleaner shrimp we call them sometimes.
And brittle stars and angelfish, pretty much anything that swims around and gets in those traps.
Okay, how deep a water are we in?
We're in about 10 feet here.
Okay.
7 now at a low tide.
Out here on Gulf of Mexico. It's a beautiful one.
Just off of Content Keys, north of Content.
All right, so here we are pulling your first trap here. And boom.
So you can tell me it's snapping clean. You see how the break is clean there.
Now you were telling me it's really important. Otherwise, if you get into this knuckle here, you're going to flood the crab with salt water, and he's dead in a matter of moments.
And a piece of meat will come out with a claw. There'll be a hollow spot, and you can see it.
Right, and he's going to rot. He's going to die.
He'll die within a minute.
It goes back in with one, and he's, boom,
good to go.
He's good to go. He can fight, and he can eat in the whole 9 yards.
Good. Guy. Oh, not there.
It's short.
Yep, just good.
Now, when you go to pop that, you were saying to me earlier, you got to be very careful.
Yep. See how I can see. Sometimes he dropped that. Actually.
Right.
I'll just drop it. They drop it. They know how to do it. So.
Well, there's a nice one.
Yep. You hear that snap too.
Yeah, the snap lets you know that, boom. Now, I've noticed a couple times you go on to throw, they don't release so easy because they got you.
Well, what they do is you put your thumb in there to hold them, and they'll actually press their claw against your thumb, so they don't have any pinch, so they're just holding on.
It's Pandora's box.
Well,
now, talking about the bait that we're using here.
These are pig's feet. That's pretty much what we use, just because they're as cheap as you can get anything for that quantity of meat.
Well, I tell you what, after looking at them, you thank God that we came up with Lucky Rabbit's feet and not Lucky Pig's feet, because them's ugly.
They are ugly.
What do we got in here? Whoa!
Couple. A little better.
Yes, sir. And when you're taking one, of course, you take the bigger of the two.
Well, you're allowed to take both.
Right, right. Oh, yeah. Game on.
That's a little peppermint shrimp there. That's what.
Oh, yeah. That's a...
Put in fish tanks.
Exactly. There he goes. Standing up on his own. That's one you see on the reef there, guys. A little cleaner shrimp sometimes.
Yeah, it gets a little color down. Blue crabs, a little bit of everything in there. And the other thing I want to tell people about is the lights. A lot of times after they molt, they don't have full meat in there. They're light.
Like floaters.
They're floaters, yeah, but you can tell they're floaters without cooking them when you look at them.
Just look at them?
I'll show you one.
Okay.
We'll get here in a little bit, probably.
Nice.
Yeah, that's something. Yep, he's already been taken. He's been a little while. His next molt, he'll have claws coming out of there. This guy looks light. Yeah, all right, see see how brown it is?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of opposed to all around the knuckles there,
right.
There's no white. And it's, he's weak. There's no strength to him.
Right.
See how everything's white, the knuckles in there are white.
Right.
Inside, that's how you can tell they're light. And a lot of people complain, say, oh, I got these crabs, they didn't taste any good. They were just, funny, salty. And I said, well, that's the problem, is they weren't full crabs.
Bingo. They haven't recovered yet.
Usually a reason. Something wrong with the crab. I like to leave one small one in there. They are somewhat social.
A little social, right. Now, if Cal was here right now, you know what he'd be saying? Why would anyone eat a stone crab when you got a perfectly good Baltimore blue crab? Because it's warmer, it's better, it's sweeter.
I do blue crabs too. Yeah. There's some life in there.
Notice we're putting them just in a basket. We're not putting them on ice. The reason for that is?
Now, if you ice a claw before it's cooked, the meat will all stick to the shell.
Okay.
You can't get it out when you crack
right.
it, and that'll really ruin the crab, ruin the consistency of it and everything.
So if you're crabbing recreationally,
sure,
don't put them on ice. Take care of them so you don't throw them away. Just put them in water?
Best thing to do. A bucket with some water, and they'll stay all day in that.
They'll be just fine.
It's wintertime when you're doing it anyways, so it's cool out. So
okay.
That's not a problem.
Very good. Or what's the strangest thing you found in one of your traps?
Live cormorant.
Oh, a live cormorant. He was live in your trap.
In the trap.
You talk about fresh caught and lucky.
That's it. We've caught plenty of dead ones. They get in there and they die sometimes, but we had a live one.
A live cormorant come out here. He was happy to see you.
It was his lucky day.
It was his lucky day. He just, yeah.
Besides that, we get a lot. We get anglerfish, those strange frogfish.
Yeah, yeah, the stargazer or whatever they call them, right?
Yep, and pretty much any kind of tropical fish. I get hogfish, mutton snappers.
Well, that's
groupers,
a pity.
Yeah, yellowtails. Yeah.
But a cormorant, a live cormorant. Oh boy, holy cow!
Talk about surprise on both ends of that deal.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No problem.
Now, having a camera crew on the boat definitely slows you down. The pace you keep is pretty tremendous, but then again, what are you going to pull in an average day? How many traps?
I can pull up to 400 by myself in a day. I average about 250.
Okay.
300, something like that. Depends on how good the crabbing is, really.
Right.
It's really good.
And as long as your puller's working, I can't imagine doing 50 of these things in a day without.
They're nice clean crabs though inshore. You get out into the Gulf, they don't quite as clean.
I mean, barnacle growth and that kind of stuff on them? Yeah.
See, he's light. So with a light crab, you don't even want to put it back in your trap. You got to let them go. They will not harden up in a trap. They need to use their claw and move rocks around and exercise. So even if they're a big giant crab, it hurts a little. You got to throw them back and let them get.
But he's got no weight anyway, so.
No, exactly.
It'd be a bad product.
No.
Crab vision right there. And just, can you tell, a little bit of mustard sauce? Some people put hot butter on it. You don't need to. These actually taste good. You don't need the hot. You can eat them just straight up.
how I
What
like
about
them.
stone crab ceviche?
I don't know about that. I don't know if that'd work. You'd have to get it out of the shell somehow.
We'd have to try.
Well,
yeah.
we'll let Fernando
Let
try
Fernando
it.
gonna try that. Right there. Holy cow.
Yep.
What we got here is they call it a fingerprint. I've heard it called God's fingerprint, where God went, "This is what you want to eat." There's a little bit of fingerprint right there on the inside of his claw. And he was right. That's good eating right there. Mm.
All these traps now, they make us equip them with a wooden chew out. So if the trap does get lost ever,
Right.
breaks away, that rots out and the crabs can come
And
and
go,
It
so you don't have a
doesn't
ghost
kill
trap
them
killing.
forever.
Exactly. Licensing and all the other stuff that goes into it. What's that been doing to you?
Well-
Trap reductions and such.
The reductions I don't have a problem with. There are too many traps out there, but in these hard times, there's some things they could do to alleviate our pain a little bit, such as the fees every year. We have a trap tag fee every year, which they have kept up, and they could drop that a little bit or help us out somehow there. The licenses continue to go up every year, and so there's things in that area that the state could do to help us, just in these times of problems, really.
Right. I get the feeling that the commercial guys are making the concessions, but the state is not coming in with any concessions to help you guys.
Oh, exactly. You couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it.
They're not working
myself.
together. Exactly. You guys are doing what you can for the environment, for the catch, and to meet their needs, but they're not really meeting your needs.
Well, no, they have not much of a sympathetic ear to us. They think we're all out to pretty much ruin the environment, and we have a bad name in a sense for a few bad apples, and so we would pay the price for that. Also, the other big problem we have is thievery right now. In hard times, especially, the robbery goes up, and people aren't catching as much. They're more desperate.
Right.
And with the law enforcement now, they don't have money.
They don't get the budget, so they
don't have the
can't
budget,
help
so
enforce.
They're not out here enforcing, so it's twice as hard on us. We're getting hit twice as hard with half the enforcement.
That's all right.
But hey, I'll do anything to save this place. I was born and raised here. I love this place, and it's a common misconception that commercial fishermen are just out to harvest and rape. And we realize more than anybody that if we don't have this for the future, then we'll have no life for our children and anybody that wants to do this down the road. The issues out front, especially in Hawk Channel, which has been a big difference in the last 15, 20 years. I was born and raised here, so I can see the difference. Is the cruise ships, when the tide comes into the east, you only see it during that time, is it'll bring a plume of water up Hawk Channel. It's as solid as you can't see. You can't see through it.
Just melt down.
Yeah, and it covers the coral, covers the grass, and everything that's living there. It's basically blanketed in silt, and it can't breathe.
Right.
So it's slowly killing the coral out there.
Habitat destruction. We can get nailed for leaving a plume behind our boat.
Sure.
When a cruise ship comes through several 100,000 horsepower,
Yes.
it can really plume up some things,
Yes.
and there's a direct correlation there.
They only have about 2 feet below their keels going through there, and at
Amazing.
a low tide they're bumping through there, and it's the worst dredging that can go on.
Right.
And, the south side is really paying the price for that. You see the plumes.
He said certainly the direct effect right now has been the yellowtail.
The yellowtail, yes. I mean, there used to be a fishery in Northwest Channel. They used to go out commercially and catch yellowtail there, but with the outgoing tide or the incoming tide every time, that cruise ship water goes right through there, and it's ruined that whole bottom, the fishery. There's very little in there anymore. When they break, see what happens when they break wrong? Sometimes you can't help it because they're a little weak.
Yeah.
And they won't let it go. But see how there's a hole there, and that broke out. That crab is probably going to die. Little soapfish.
A soapfish?
Soapfish. That will die.
Yes.
These make a big slime that kills everything else in the bucket.
Yeah, exactly.
I have one in my tank though, and he hasn't bothered anything.
No?
So.
That's a cool fish.
Yeah, they're pretty little fish.
That's some crab. Oh. Oh, you got some guns on him there. Nice.
It's him. Yeah.
I'm no fisheries biologist,
Right.
and I don't even play one on TV. But every trap we're pulling up, basically, that you're pulling up, has got a good population of crab in them.
Oh, sure.
And that just kind of, to me, it looks like you've got a pretty darn healthy fishery down here in this.
It's very healthy. It's incredibly sustainable, and you can see how many traps are around us out here. Coming
Right.
up, and every trap is like that, full of crabs.
Right, and like you said, sustainable, in that you can get 2-3 harvests harvests out of these crabs in a lifetime.
All the different colors.
Nice.
These crabs come in so many different shades. See how white he is?
Yeah.
You'll get the green ones and dark brown, and you'll get black, and all different colors all the time. Depends on what they're feeding on, what they're the bottom
Yes.
they're in.
Yeah, their bottom situation.
I got one of these little stone crabs ended up in my tank actually. It was on a piece of rock or something. The size of my thumbnail maybe.
Right.
And over a month and a half, he's, I'd say, quadrupled in size.
Jeez.
He's, you know,
Yeah.
an inch across now in a matter of a month. They grow fairly quick.
Typical catch right now, what do you call this? Ballpark.
About half-pound trap. That's not bad. Half a pound's acceptable. See these guys, little decorator.
Decorator crabs, yes.
Sponge. That's the same kind of sponge I have in my tank there. You hold like that.
Now, is that fire sponge?
Nope, not fire sponge.
No?
It's a tree sponge.
Look at that, though.
Good.
I'm not a crab. There he's coming out. There you go. You're going to bow up on me.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Those
Got
are
horns
neat.
there.
I know that I've heard that you guys get $4 or $5 a pound, and they're
$4
selling for
a pound.
16, 18 bucks a pound.
Oh yeah, the jumbos, yeah, that's really bad. They're making like $10 a pound.
And Island Morados are selling larges for $16.99 a pound.
Look at that face. Only a mother could love.
Yes. You know what I've noticed? That's a big carapace. You're getting some big claws. The carapace has nothing to do with the size of the claws.
You'd be amazed. You know, a crab, the claw is twice the size of his carapace a lot of
Yeah.
times.
When do these egg up? In the summer, I would suppose.
This summer, yeah.
That's why they close them down.
But I see them all the time with eggs.
Do you?
You know, there's every day you see a lot of them with eggs.
That one's got some crab.
More crawfish. Hello. Color it green. I like those mean green ones. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Down in the Keys will be right back after this.
Well, aside from the obvious obstacles that you've got, weather, the availability of fish, what are some of the other obstacles you have as a businessman doing this?
Well, right now we have some issues. The market has taken a dive the last year or two. We had a big catch up the key, up the road. They've caught more than ever, and so it flooded the market. And there's a lot of frozen crabs out there, so that's become a problem. So they can't get rid of those. So the price has been down record lows the last 2 years.
Right, with record high fuel prices.
High fuel prices, bait prices have doubled in the last 2 years. Every expense has gone up. The traps have doubled. Our profit margin has decreased 100% pretty much.
Okay.
It's about half.
God. Well, we're setting up on a sandbar here in the backcountry. I guess it's the backcountry. Just got done pulling some traps. What did we end up doing?
We did 135 traps today.
135, and how did you feel about the catch?
Catch it's not great. You got about a third of a pound of trap. There might be 40 pounds in there or something.
Okay.
But that's doable. Anything over a quarter pound I can handle.
Right. We're done with these. You're done with these. You're going to take them back, and the process would be to...
I'm going to cook them. These I'll probably sell. I'm selling to restaurants now. So I'll cook these, boil when I get home, and deliver them tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And the sponging problem that we have is tremendous.
Well,
You agree with me on that?
Well, we have the same thing here. They're living right in this area where we're at, and they take everything. They take everything they get. They take every lobster, every crab. It's
juvenile everything that spends time in these is just killing you. Between the lobsters and the stone crab alone, the water quality issue that we have because of the lack of sponges, and you see it down here just as bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, each little sponge can hold hundreds of baby crabs. You're talking up to 1,000 small crabs in one sponge.
Prove it over and over again.
Out, that's your fishery going down every time a sponge is taken.
And water quality.
And that's the way that all comes back to the fishery. The fishery depends on the water quality, habitat or not. You have to have the water quality.
You got a pot of boiling water. What we doing?
Well, we just got back to the dock here, and I'm going to cook up my catch before I take it to the market. And get the water boiling, and I'm going to drop them in there.
I mean, it's a rolling boil.
It's rolling. You want it rolling like that. And you want to cook these for 8 minutes. Set my wash here. All right, 2 o'clock they'll be done. Cook these for 8 minutes. Over here, what I have is ice water. I can throw them in there right afterwards. If you let them keep cooking in the shell after you take them out without ice in them, they'll get overdone. A lot of people make that mistake of not putting them on ice, and then they're overdone later on.
Well, a watch pot never boils.
No, it does not.
So let's see what it does later. We've taken these stone crab from the trap in here to the dock, cooking them up. They're going to be at the market pretty soon. You guys down here, you got to give fresh, local caught stone crab a try. Jack, it was fantastic.
Pleasure
Thanks for
having you
taking me
guys
out
on
here,
the boat.
down here at Sugarloaf Marina. It was great. Guys, you're down here in the Keys, you're surrounded by water. Make an effort to get out there on the water. Take a captain fishing and go fish.
That's a pair of slammers, boys.
Nice fish.